So Modern Warfare 3's Season 5 Reloaded update is in just 2 days here, and today we got it fully revealed on what's upcoming for both this week and in the latter half of the season as we get closer and closer to closing out the year at hand for Modern Warfare 3. So drop your thoughts, drop a like if you enjoy the video, and make sure to subscribe for more Black Ops 6 and COD coverage upcoming. We've got a campaign reveal tomorrow, COD next week, and the beta the weekend following, so we've got a lot plus other FPS content on the way here that I'd love to have you in the community for. But for now, let's take a look at what's upcoming in the second half here of Modern Warfare 3's Season 5. So as detailed a few days ago, first and foremost, before we even jump into the content, you should be aware that this update for Season 5 Reloaded is going to be a rather large update by comparison. It's not necessarily an indication of the content coming in Season 5 Reloaded, but more so it's instead for the foundational adjustments going forward to the COD HQ. For this, when downloading, players will get a community pack for free, which will be helpful for the season here and beyond. Players will, when logging in anytime from Wednesday to the end of Season 5 for the first time, will receive 10 Battle Pass tier tokens, 10 1-hour double player XP tokens, and 10 1-hour double weapon XP tokens. As kind of a thanks for putting up for this large download that Season 5 Reloaded will be. Honestly, not a bad deal for just simply downloading an update, though again, it may take a bit longer than normal for some players, especially if you're, say, in a rural area where the download speeds and bandwidth aren't exactly the best. But those Battle Pass tier tokens, I don't think those will end up transferring out of the season. They might if you end up completing your Battle Pass already, like if you're anywhere in that sort of 91 to 100 phase of tokens earned or used. The excess, I believe, should transfer over, but if not, well, then it's automatically going to apply to your bank right now, and then when you get to that 100 total, that's when it'll cut off as it usually does. Your XP tokens, if all things go accordingly, those should definitely be able to be used whenever, maybe even into Black Ops 6. Again, that's a point that we've mentioned before that hasn't quite seen clarification just yet. I can't imagine that they wouldn't transfer between games because it's linked through the COD HQ, and we saw this happen with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, and even back in the Warzone 1 days. But anyways, free stuff, always nice just for simply downloading the update. But the content coming along with this update, on the multiplayer side of things here, we have a handful of weapons across actual functional weapons and then new aftermarket parts. Personally, I don't think it's the strongest lineup of additional weapons for the back half of a season, a melee and a niche projectile weapon, but they're new weapons no less. The spear melee is going to be unlocked via the new mid-season sector in the Battle Pass, so that redacted sector that opens up later this week, where this will give you 3 throwable spears that additionally offer extra range for that melee attack as well, so you can retrieve thrown spears to keep up with the attack or just utilize the melee feature of them. The Torque 35 is that compound bow that we'll be seeing, which it's interestingly classified as a launcher here with this. I kind of figured that as we've seen with crossbows, it'd be like a marksman rifle or something like that, but it's a launcher here with this update where you have to unlock it via mid-season weekly challenge. So that will be this upcoming week of week 5 here that we'll see, where you have to just complete 5 different challenges across multiplayer, zombies, or battle royale, just any 5 here within that. So you'll be able to earn that relatively quickly, likely. And then as for your aftermarket parts, you'll have the Jack Devastator and the Jack Death March still available here throughout the rest of the season. That being probably week 6 and 7, with week 8 being what we've seen the last couple of seasons already, a blueprint reward plus the culmination of that Chainbreaker universal weapon camo for completing all 8 weeks. The Jack Devastator is going to be for the Reclaimer 18 shotgun, giving you the ability to dual wield the sort of Spaz 12 reimaginations here. And the Jack Death March will be for the Ball 27 assault rifle that replaces standard ammo with a photonic scatter barrel. So sort of a blast charge here with this one, which is definitely interesting. Now, as for your map introductions here in the 6v6 or otherwise, well, actually, this is the only thing, is one singular map of Ink House. This is going to be a variation of the existing map of Stash House. So Season 5 wasn't the best in terms of map quantity offering, if you ask me, but this is something that is going to introduce that into the rotation of other maps that we have that are cell shaded currently, like Yard, Toon Oxide, and Cell Ship. So those are your maps here within Season 5. As for your modes, one that honestly I think a lot of people might be happy to see is Cyber Attack is finally returning. It's finally coming back. Happy for all the Cyber Attack fans out there that it's finally coming for you guys. I remember that I've seen comments since 2022 of when's Cyber Attack coming back. So to see it return after all that time, definitely nice. Now, how often it'll be back in the rotation here, who knows? It might be just a limited time thing, but hopefully not. We'll also see Fishfection, which is infected, but with a slight twist, using those new spear melee weapons, and on the map of Bait, Paintball is just a cosmetic variation here of the gameplay loop, and then Defuse or Destroy is an interesting twist on the Search and Destroy gameplay loop. Instead of having to plant a bomb each round, you have to defuse a bomb. The bombs are already planted by the time the round starts, so it adds a little bit more of a counter and a bit more of a faster pace on the gameplay loop, probably because quite literally the clock's ticking. As for zombies, you end up having new schematics and the final story missions introduced here. The schematics include the Disciple Bottle, which is a way you can activate a spawning of a friendly disciple. The Grenade Bandolier will replenish your lethal and tacticals over time, and then a stash increase, which I've talked about from the beginning and the reveal here of Season 5, that not quite a huge fan of this being something added in the last update for zombies. Like, we just recently saw in the last 2 seasons, I want to say, that the stash was finally increased to 20, and now to go and have to find a schematic for 30, I feel like you could have just added this stuff in and made it way better for the quality of life of zombies players way earlier than the final update of the year. The final story mission again is coming, and as mentioned, this is going to be the last update for zombies, it appears. Makes sense timing-wise. Season 6 Reloaded will be when the launch of Black Ops 6 is happening, so it wouldn't make sense to drop more Modern Warfare Zombies content when Black Ops 6 Zombies is going to be in the limelight with 2 new maps and the return of round-based as well, a return to form for zombies. So this will be, for all intents and purposes, seemingly the last update for zombies that we have for the entirety of the year. We'll talk about my thoughts in depth more about the zombies mode here later on, probably closer to the launch of Black Ops 6 in our annual sort of year in review video. But anyways, yeah. Warzone, you have Supreme Resurgence coming back. This is a returning mode here where you have higher value loot and meta blueprints with camos and such on that you can pick up. So your ground loot's way better than what you have normally. The Resurgence timer is longer. Items like loadouts cost more. And in this variation here, winning your first match will give you the new Spilled Beans camo. So similar to the Get High and 420 event camos for just the game modes and playing and winning, there's another one here to earn. Elite contracts will be introduced, which will offer a shorter window for completion, but higher level rewards as a result if you do complete it in that shorter time frame. Things like Foresight, a redacted weapon, specialist bonus, or an advanced UAV can all be earned as a result. The Recon Flyover public event will be coming, where it's 2 waves of advanced UAV sweeps targeting populated areas, so not going to be covering the entirety of the map, if I'm understanding properly, like the other public event out there, but it is something that will be coming to all modes. Then, finally, to round everything out, you have the new events of the Wildlife Most Wanted, which lasts from August 21st to the 28th, so from this week to next, giving us one last thing to tide us over before the Black Ops 6 beta, and then the Emotional Overdrive event picks up on September 12th to the 18th following. So each of those will have 10 different rewards and seemingly camo rewards going along with those being XP based, but yeah. That's your Season 5 Reloaded update and everything that we've seen revealed thus far. Again, the update is coming as of this Wednesday, so make sure you stick it here on the channel for more coverage, and of course, check it out for yourself. But for now, that's where we're going to wrap it up. That's everything you need to know about. Leave your thoughts down below. Is there anything in particular you're liking out of this update? Anything not so much? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. We're getting all things Black Ops 6, a lot upcoming here in the next 2 weeks. So I'd love to have you in the community for that kind of stuff, plus other FPS content. If you're interested, feel free to join the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.